I wonder, could anyone actually hear me right now? Very, very, very curious because YouTube is. What's going on with YouTube? Okay, good. All right. I guess we are on. I guess we're good. Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, the question, well, not really so much the question. Statement tonight. Thank you, Blackmon. Statement tonight. Luna Nozawa. Definition of pure evil. This chick sat there and watched Hollis gasp his last breath and just looked at him right in the eyes as he just laid there dying. This chick is nuts. And we're going to be talking about all the shows in our hospital days of our lives, born the beautiful, young, and restless. As you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button. And thank you, Lord B, thank you, Freddie, thank you, Blackmon. All right, let's do roll call. Get this started. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Lashanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Kai Wan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? CJ Clove 18 is in the chat. How you doing tonight? At the bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Now, Cherry Ice is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Bobby says I'm annoyed as hell that I was spoiled that Sally found out about Adam and Chelsea sleeping together earlier, a day early. Lobby, how was you able to sit there and find it out? Susan Hars in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, we did a little bit because we found out as it was going on. I'm doing good, Blackmon. I hope you are too. Last days in the chat was good last day. Linnell says, how you doing today? I'm doing fine. And the elephant only one had a good event. What's good, Eagle Fang? Yes, Jerry, I think that is actually true. She's done. Lorby says it aired today. Okay, I'm gonna get back to you in 1 second. It says Albert Kelly Monica character getting kicked off the sport and exit going to soap opera network. Yes, I heard about that. Lobby says and the child talked about it yesterday. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I told people not to sit there and do the whole spoilers thing, but I try not to make a big deal out of it about it either. There's so many other things that goes on in the chat, but I get it though. And actually, tell you the truth, Lorby, who talked about it yesterday? Because not everyone actually watched it. If it was Mel that you're talking about, I don't know. I told Mel about that, and she continues to still do the whole spoiler thing. So, Freddie says, Robert, Sam characters being killed, Twitter was blowing up, and saw this. I saw the comments one day. It was definitely World War III. They had it. They hated that Kelly Michael was fired. Fired. Wow. Autumn says, Albert, hope sense of entitlement pissed me off today. Like, who and the heck are you to say that Ben deserves? Yeah, yeah, it was bad, Autumn. It was almost like she just didn't listen, like she didn't care. Yeah, Blackman. I was like, I don't know who he think he is. Walking up that in that office, and they're trying to get somebody else a lecture. Like that was Oof. Yeah, that black one, that was annoying. Yeah, I remember you said that. I remember you said that, Eagle Fang, in one of my comments, one of my comment section. What is it that you don't like about Kelly Monaco, though, personally, Eagle? And Susan says Rick representing Heather for Scotty. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, but it's an upgrade for Heather, though. But yes, Laura B, I've said that before too. I told her about, not I said to her, I was like, listen, if you want to sit there and talk about the movies and stuff like that, that's cool. But as far as soap operas is concerned, let's not do that. But it's, I don't know. She does it anyway. So yeah, I get it, Laura B. I do. CJ Close said people on Twitter are annoying, always complaining about Jizz. They complain but keep watching. Yeah, CJ Close, it's that hate watch. The hate watch that they do. Well, I wish that they say this much, Laura B. It's not confirmed. Let's just keep that in mind. It's not confirmed. It's not necessarily confirmed. So we don't know if she's actually going to be killed off, Laura B. That's something that people have actually said, but it's not necessarily true. Like we don't know that for sure. Eva says, I wonder if she was upset like Nancy. Hmm. That's a good question. But now the Eagle thing, what is you don't like about Kelly Monaco? Ron says, what do you think about the Kristen being the one that got rid of Brady's car? She's a G. She's a G. She's a, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a real one, Ron. That's support right there. That's the type of chick you want to have on your side. Eagle Fan says, who am I? No, I don't get it. I was wondering why you didn't really like you know, Kelly Monaco personally. Jason says, I've been hearing she's leaving in different ways, so I'd rather not say. Is that, and that's exactly what I'm sitting there saying. Like, that's what I was trying to tell Laura B. It's like, it's not, um, it's not confirmed yet. So, don't get upset about that particularly because we don't even know how she's supposed to be going. Eagle fan said just her acting of her. She's is a mumble talker. I have no problem with the person and her character's okay. Okay, so it's her acting. Okay, I got you. Alice says, yeah, Albert Lisa is doing a great job playing Luna. Oh yeah, no, she's killing it, Allison. She is. I mean, she's killing it. I'm here for crazy Luna. Okay, I'm here for Luna the lunatic. Okay, and it says I like the scenes between Molly and Dex. Hopefully, you get to meet Dex's family. Yeah, it'd be nice. And it gave us more layers with Molly and her upbringing and why she had to always try to be such a perfectionist. That's what I like. I like that. I like that, Ed. Ooh, yes. Yes, Autumn. I'm not gonna lie. Y&R brung it today. Y&R brung it today, and I was here for it. And Lucy is an idiot. Lucy on General Hospital is an idiot, but also Lucy on Y&R. Kevin said, "Who heard rumors Sheila saved Steffi?" Maybe. Freddie said, "Actually, the source says so about Sam being killed. So that's what I read, but I'll say allegedly into her final air date, but I won't say the name of the source." Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, though, Freddie. It's like you said, it's not official. It's not official. So Like I know Laura B was upset about that, but it's like it's not confirmed. So until it get confirmed, Kristen says, thoughts on Kelly Monaco, I'm not surprised. Nor does it bother me. Exactly. Exactly. Taiwan says, I like to say between Molly and Dex. I couldn't really do half of it because I was pondering it keeps skip. Oh yeah, you're probably watching it on YouTube. Oh, we got a new person in here. Rook King says, Born the Beautiful writers did our brother. Then they wrong. Why did they ruin his character? Well, he may get a redemption though. Now he might actually get a redemption on that. I'm not gonna lie, Ed. When he grabbed her arm, I was like, "Yo, bro." When he grabbed Jada's arm, Jada looked at that arm like, "Do you want your arm?" Because that arm can go anytime. Okay. I was like, Xander, I know that now you're in a lot of pain and everything like that, but let's not get stupid here. Eagle Fang says Luna has the most dark character in soap opera right now. She called Tom a loose. She called Tom a washed up rock star. Okay, she called him a washed up rock star, and I was here for it. Yeah, listen, there's definitely no love. There's definitely no love there between Rick and Christina. He was out of pocket. I like Rick, but he was totally out of pocket. I'm like, Rick, you're an absentee dad. You're gonna sit there and come to her house and start trying to give her parenting advice about how to deal with Molly's and just saying, "Oh, well, you're not doing enough." Like, get the F up out of here with that. Krista says people are bent out of shape over this Calamonical situation. Blame something NGH writers when it's all on the execs. Yeah, it was like Animal Love. I would sit there and say it definitely seemed abrupt. It definitely seemed abrupt. Okay, like but I said this in my short. If anyone watched my short, I said this in my short. I was like, um, is that she's been phoning in this shit for a hot minute. She's been phoning in for a hot minute. So it's like they didn't know what to do with the character anyway. Freddie says I'm not shocked at all about this because Kelly hasn't been the same other. She just didn't want to be there anymore. I guess Billy Miller's definitely at her heart because I believe there wasn't a relationship. But yes, they were. They were. Um, I don't know. Huh. Eagle said Rick was the man. Say he totally did not give an F. He totally did not give attention to Karen, attention seeker Carly, and went on about his day. I don't care. Rick character. I don't know Rick's character, but he seems interesting. Okay. Um, I mean, my whole thing is, Ed. I feel like it was almost kind of a stupid I don't want to sit there and say it was kind of a stupid conversation, but she even said before. She said before, as she was like, My mother can't give me and her both the same amount of attention. So if that's the case, then why is she so upset? Why is she just saying, well, I need a little more reassurance? It's like you know that Christina's falling apart. You even said when you were kids, you couldn't fall apart because Chrissy was always falling apart. Oh, and yes, Denise, it's funny too. And let's everyone welcome Denise Marshall. Um, that would be a good redemption arc for her. Yes, exactly. That would be a good redemption arc for her because he was the one that put Lulu in that coma in the first place. So yeah, let's everyone welcome Denise. All right, and let me say this now. Let me say this now. If I do not get to your comment, don't take it as offense. There is 50. What's good, Sir Charles? There's 52 people in this chat. There's one of me. So if I do miss your comment, just write it again, or just understand that I'll get to one of your comments. Um, Martha said, "I bet you Steffi won't follow no more cuckoos every time she's." Yes, Martha, like when she sat there and tracked down Sheila in the dark alley. Oh, damn. Okay. All right, well, Freddie, I appreciate that. Thank you for just listening and coming through. So Charles says, I'm happy Sam was leaving. She never had no storylines. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing. They really didn't know what to do with her. She did. Here's the thing. She was at her best when she was with Jason. Let's just keep it 100. She was at her best when was good deluxe when she was with Jason. The minute that she wasn't with Jason, they sat there and they put her with John McBain. At some point, they put her with Frank. I mean, they put her with yeah, exactly, CJ Clover. And they've never really done anything more since then. Exactly, Sir Charles, and why? Because they wrote for her the best back then. Shanta says that's why she took Chrissy off her. Miss Perfect couldn't do something she could. She thinks of her as a screw up, and she wasn't. What was she wrong though, or did she not screw that shit up? Did she not screw that shit up by confronting what you call it an Abel, a goddamn mob person? Island says Monaco seems to lost her passion. I can see it in her scenes. Yes, exactly. Like I said, Island, and I said this in my short, is that she is just phoning in at this point. Now Justin said they should have kept Lindsay Hart. Well, see, that's the thing. maybe it wasn't so much maybe it wasn't so much the actress but more of the character, they just felt like they didn't need Sam anymore. I don't know, that's just my guess. Lastly says BNB was boring, Luna is pure evil. However, I'm just happy that we have a different storyline because everything on this episode minus Luna was boring. You didn't like the scene where Liam came in and started chastising Finn like he had a position to sit there and talk. As is Carly always quick to throw everyone's past in the face. You ain't the queen of Port Charles. And when Nina throws what you didn't, she's the bad guy. Gorgeous Queen Jess. How was the lovely goddess doing tonight? Just the goddess, it's good to see you again. CJ Clove said they shouldn't have fired her abruptly. Yeah, that's the part that's very concerning. It's like, why did they fire her? Why did they let her go? You know? Even the actor that played Finn was like he felt blindsided. So George says, guys, I'm so tired of the replacement and what replacement? Ron says, Albert, were you proud of both Holly and Tate today confessing to Brady? Well, I mean, I wasn't super proud of them because they only confess. They only confess because they got caught. The only thing I am actually happy about, only thing I am actually happy about, well, is that they don't have to get blackmailed by Sophia anymore. That chick is just annoying. Oh, yeah, no. Wino was actually really good today. It really was. It was really, really good today. Hell, in a lot of ways, I feel like it kind of matched General Hospital. It matched General Hospital. Freddie says Albert Danny just got his dad back. He's going to be without his mom. The boy, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Just says the Luna stuff is so over the top and ridiculous, but it's the most interesting B&B has been in a while. I still don't understand her I still don't think her motivation makes sense. Why is that? Yeah, I just said that. Yep, I literally just said the same thing. What's good, Denise? Denise said they don't know what to do with Sally and Adam. That's why they're breaking them up. But I mean, it is somewhat kind of it's dumb in a sense, just because it's like um, she don't mind her mom going to jail because her mom lived such a rocky life with her. They made her evil out of nowhere. Yes, Jess, and that's exactly what Nikisha said. It seemed like it was a last minute, 5 minute decision. It was like, oh, we're going to make her evil. Sean says, Albert, after they moved the same character from Jason, it was downhill from there. They paired her with lackluster characters. Basically, the writers didn't care about the character. I don't think they knew what to do. That's the problem. She wanted her mom in jail, like what? They were so close. Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, oh, I didn't want that washed up rock star to sit there and be my my father. I want the good life. Well, for Bill, RJ has money too, but she's talking about it like, well, here's the thing, Jazz. RJ has money. Bill has money. Money. Like Bill's level of money, like RJ's level of money is not going to compare to Bill's level of money. But you know what they call that though, Jess? They call it the long con. Okay. She got really greedy. She should have played the long con. She wanted to go for the jackpot. And just to be real, Jess, RJ's money ain't Bill money. Okay, Bill is fucking rich. Now, last day says Luna spent hours building a case, so I had no point during this building of the case. Steffi woke up. At no point did she wake up. Yes. Island says plus Kevin, Monica, and Steve apparently don't get along. Maybe that also affected the fact. See, people have sat there and said that they made up at some point, but I think it was all for show. I think it was all for show. I said the same thing to Denise. I was like, yo, listen, bro, this ain't working. You sitting there seeing dead people and shit. You need to get your shit together. DC Soap Sanctuary was good, my guy. Yeah, Kevin, but Thomas don't have no more. Thomas don't have more money than Bill. Just said true. It's just out of nowhere. Now she traps Stephanie in a cage. Yes. Yeah. No. No. I get it. That's exactly yes, Lorby. That's exactly what Jess is saying. You know what the okay. You know what the problem is, and I get to your question in a minute, Ron. You know what the problem is? What's good, Jay Blue? They retconned a certain scene that didn't make any sense. She was able to change the test results because she has some sort of kit from the dark web. But Lee was sitting there watching that test from start to finish like a hawk. Okay, so there's no rhyme or reason how there's no way that she could have sat there and switched that test when we all saw her literally sit there and do the test. That makes no sense. And I knew they were gonna sit there and retcon that shit. I knew it. Island says Albert, Jess, B&B needs some new writers. They have decent actors. This story is embarrassing, and even if I could write it better. But that's what I'm saying though, Jess. I knew they were gonna do that shit from jump. I knew it. And it just makes no sense. Animal says Albert Jason will be involved with Lucky storyline. Steve says so. Okay. Okay. Um Eagle says, who would you rather have doing music, Tom Starr or that Bon Jovi from YNL? Oh, they're both terrible. Oof, they're equally bad. DC says, I honestly find it hard to believe that Luna is this mastermind all of a sudden. I know this is supposed to be a twist. It's soapy, but it makes no sense. Yeah, most of this shit is not making any sense. That's the problem. What's good, Double C? It would no. That Tom Star the problem is Tom Star was terrible, but Danny Romalotti is supposed to be a real musician, so somehow that's actually worse because that's what he genuinely sounds like. What's good, Jonathan? As says Gia should have focused on Sam's storyline being about her enemies from her past, like when they brought Shiloh and played into her private investigation skills with storylines. I mean, they should have, they could have, and you're absolutely right about that. Um, but again, this whole firing thing seems like it's so abrupt. There's more to it. But yeah, I knew they were gonna do that. Yeah, I did see him Lashanta. So yeah, Kyrie's is gonna be happy. Happy late birthday. Yes, Animal. That's what the reports are saying. We don't know if it's true, so just take that with a grain of salt. But that's what a lot of people are saying. That's true. And Denise says Danny and Tom both terrible singers. Yes, Denise. But the thing is, Danny, the actor, is supposed to be a real life singer. So somehow that's actually worse. Just as I really don't know if people want to Sam around this much. I really didn't know people want to stand around this much. The amount of support I see is crazy. Yep, Jonathan, that's exactly what the trades are saying. That's exactly what they're saying. I did a short on it yesterday. Annette was good. Annette. Last day says at Luna has at least been entertaining. Even if she is evil, I've been watching the bold and the beautiful for so long. I'm just suspect stupidity. Damn. Definitely no love for Jess. Jess says Kelly can go. Kelly can go. It's time. Yeah. I remember you actually said that in Kyrie's community tab. He was like, I mean, Jonathan, they could just get rid of both of them. Like, what? Why are we choosing for? Jonathan, why are we choosing for? They could just get rid of both. Why it gotta be a choice? Ron says Luna really messed up by admitting to Stephanie what she did to Common. I mean, people do love doing that monologue shit, and I get that part. It's like Kristen when she was in the living room monologuing, and EJ heard her, and EJ was like, what's going on?" Well, no, DC, that's not. I went to see if he was actually streaming tonight. Because I was wondering if he was streaming tonight. But I do keep tabs on people. That's actually very true. That's actually very, very true. Danny says, Albert feels like Kelly Monaco may end up to wine our days or doing primetime shows or a movie. Um, See, here's the thing. And I said this, well, I was thinking about this at work today. I said that if she would go on the show, it would be Bold and the Beautiful. Now, Animal Love says Kelly can go, but bring in Lindsay Hart as Sam, but not with Dante. He belongs with Lulu. He belongs with Lulu? I mean, so Animal, what are you saying? They're saying that you want the character to stay, but you're cool with the actor leaving. Just as Kelly has not been interesting or good in a long time, just because she's a vet doesn't mean she should stay. Exactly, and I 100% agree with that. And that says Kelly's story is getting to an end. Kelly who? Who's good, Melly Mel? Kelly from what show? Just says I think most of the best needs to go. By the way, hmm. So that includes your girl Carly, right? Right, Jess? That means that Carly can go as well. You did say all the best, right? So I'm assuming you mean Carly. J. Blue says, why couldn't they recast the Sam role? Why do you need to recast? I can't. Yeah, that's what I thought. You did say all the best. Come on, bro. Okay, Mel. Thank you for letting me know. DC says, am I the only one who doesn't care about Lucky returning? I'm just like, why are you here? Let someone like Robin or Sky return. Well, you know damn well that Robin's not returning, so that's just wishful thinking. Just says, be quiet. I love this woman. I love her. I was seriously at work today. Just kind of bored as shit. And think about how many times Jeff actually just tells me to be quiet or just to hush. It's crazy. And it says, I'm still waiting on Gabby and fake Abigail to cross paths. I'm surprised you actually have not crossed paths yet. Yeah, Jess, I got a little bit too much time on my hands when I'm at work. Island says, I'm so tired. Just a day, just a long day, whatever. Ron says, what do you think about Marlena and John? And he really put two and two together regarding Brady might be drinking. You picked the most weirdest scenes. I mean, it wasn't a great scene. It wasn't a terrible scene. It just was more, it was an average scene. Like, it wasn't terrible, wasn't great. It was just kind of average. That's what I was saying. Animal says, I'm cool with the character staying, but Lindsay needs to play her, but not with Dante. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. Mel says, I got good news that Greg Bonus Eric is reprising his role on Thursday. Oh, what the? I thought we done seen the last of that goddamn bump. See, that's not good news. That's not good news. No. No, you're my girl and everything, but that's terrible news. That's goddamn terrible news. I thought we were actually done with that. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, oh, thank you. Why do you need to bring those two back, Animal? Okay. I thought that Tracy was out of pocket. I thought that Dante was way too nice to her. And I thought it didn't matter because it just, they argued for a hot minute and then it just went nowhere. That's what I think. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, well, okay. That's your favorite characters. Okay. I don't know. I don't really know much about them. I've only started watching about 3 years ago. So, yeah, Double C. I'm just like, that's not good news. I don't want to sit there and see that goddamn bomb. I literally sat there and said good riddance to both of them. Cat Lady, gorgeous Queen Cat Lady says, I'm happy we're getting family info on decks now. Yeah, I know. It's only been like how long? Just says yes, I still don't get how Tracy was blamed. Yeah, her ass is definitely out of pocket. And I really sat there, I was like, bro, let's be real for a hot minute. Um, you are a consolation prize to Luke at best. And you don't really have any good marriage successes yourself. But you want to sit there and start talking about him and his, get the fuck out of here. What's good, Alyssa? Thank you for joining. Ooh, Alyssa, congrats on your interview towards that wrestler. Yo, she keeps it real, and I love it. Animal, did they need to bring him back as well because you liked them, Sean and Bella? Yeah, I was in the audience. Well, I was in the audience. Yeah, that's why I said. Listen, I respect her. And it says Albert. I'm also looking forward to test fake Abigail. I'm also looking for Kristen to fake test Abigail because she warned Chad about her, and it's always funny when your foot you have your foot on Eric's neck. I can't help it. I can't deal with a bum. I can't. Oh, and yes, yes, Daisy, I forgot. I talked about you in my review. I talked about you in my review, Daisy. DC says Albert knows what everyone's doing. He's acting all for the people. Is giving WSB vibes on you. What's good, Krista? Uh, Bold and Beautiful. I talked about you in Bold and Beautiful, okay? Because Liam opened his goddamn mouth and was coming at Finn sideways, saying that Finn gave Hope signals to kiss her, right? And I thought about that. Yes, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Krista. And I thought about you. And I remember how you was sitting there blaming Finn for Hope kissing him. And I'm like, so if a woman went out to a nightclub and she dressed in a skimpy tight clothes and a man started getting all on her and started kissing her, would you sit there and say it's her fault? No, you wouldn't. Because you know it's wrong. You would sit there and say it's wrong, do you see? Because at that point the woman will be the victim. I guess the same rules don't apply when it's a man. Kelly says no, DC, but don't check everyone. I do, cat lady. Actually, I do check your channel. Sometimes I don't comment, but I do check your channel. That's not true. Kidding me? I love cat lady's channel. Alyssa, how do you know that they let her go? DC says, but if someone has expressed their desire multiple times and you don't shut it down, then yes, it's your fault when they finally make the move. And Finn had every. Would you sit there and say the same thing if it was a woman? Thank you, Jonathan. Johnson says, what if Sam possible death is a murder mystery, and John is revealed to not only be her killer but also Austin. But then I will finally wrap up the Austin stuff. That will finally sit there and stop that Austin thing. So that'll be great. And boner? Am I saying that right? I don't know what all that means. They didn't care about Austin. I don't think that, but hopefully, like I said, I think that'll be actually pretty good though. Yes, I actually saw the trailer to that. Thank you, Mel. It was actually good. Okay, I feel like this is giving me a headache. Now, DC says the thing is, no means no, so you got to say no and let people know. That's letting them know they don't have consent, therefore, Ben is liable in the situation. Okay. All right, yeah, we still agree to disagree on that. I don't think that I can sit there and blame the victim for something that was beyond his control. But, okay. Animal says GH has too many storylines not wrapping up. But I mean, what I'm saying is, Alyssa, like, how do you know that they fired her? Maybe I missed that part, but how do you know that they fired her? He flirted back. How do he flirt back? You know what? I'm not even gonna. Oh, he's a victim. His wife who loved. His wife is a victim. You mean the same wife who wound up getting kissed by another man twice, right? That's the victim. That's the victim. That the the woman who allowed somebody else to kiss her twice. That's the yeah. You know, you're right. You're right, DC. That's the victim. Yeah. That makes sense. Kelly says, Albert, it's all online, all stories saying Kelly was like, I mean, I get that, Cat Lady, I do. But I guess it's just one of those. Oh. Yeah, and that's the thing, though. Twice. Twice, DC. The first time, yes. But you didn't sit there and back up. You didn't sit there and tell him to back up or anything like that or don't do that. Actually, you did, and he did it again. You still didn't sit there and tell your husband, so get the fuck out of here. There was a petition. And thank you, Lord B. There was a petition. The petition has gotten a lot of signatures. Like why they want to keep her. He really doesn't, Jonathan. Especially since he was the one that sat there and kissed Steffi and looking Finn right in the face, being judgmental, Jonathan. Like, no, that's not it, DC. But he kissed her. Steffi got kissed twice and didn't say anything. Finn got kissed once. He went right to Steffi and told her, right? Sean says it's a business. These shows always say we're family. No, when time gets bad for these shows, sorry, gotta go. Yeah. Have a night, Annette. Mel says, Albert, it was so uncalled for that Liam told Finn to take some time. It was, because it was none of his goddamn business. And he wants to sit there and try to insert himself like he's morally superior or something. That's true, Krista. She's not. Anna says, I can't wait to get flashbacks from Dr. Green because I wonder if he's the mastermind or does he have a boss, someone new or office because you never know what days. Hmm. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so, Jonathan. What's good, Sierra? Now, Lashanta says, Albert, did Steffi tell Liam wasn't appropriate with her? Did Finn tell Steffi Hope was on to him? Yeah, she did, and he kissed her again. That's the thing, Lashanta. I'll get to you in 1 minute, Danny. That's the thing. Now, Lashanta says, did Steffi tell Liam he wasn't appropriate with her? He did, and she did it anyway. And the point is, regardless of what she said, he still did it, and she didn't say anything. Lashanta, let me ask you a question. Did she sit there and tell Finn that Liam kissed her twice? No? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. So she doesn't have any room to sit there and talk about Finn and Hope kissing. When she sat there and got kissed, didn't say anything for damn near a year. No. Get the F up out of here. Just as I can't remember the last time Sam was important to the show. She hasn't had any good storylines. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, she can have a big fan base, but they're not writing anything for her that makes her actually um interesting. No, it doesn't make it right, DC. But I'm saying it's like, yeah, I mean, no, it doesn't make it right. That's like, Mel says I got good news that Kennedy as Felicity is reprising her role in Days. Oh, I was wondering about that, Mel, because I felt like they kind of just used her as a prop. Sierra says I actually like her story with Jason. I actually like her story with Jason and Carly, and it felt flat. Yes, I might have said that. Yes, Jonathan, and I might have said that in my review. That was the last time that they actually gave her something. See, the thing is, they gave her really good stories when she was with Jason, but when she wasn't with Jason, they dropped the ball. Alyssa says if an actor is about to get fired, they usually phase out story. Freddie says Brock posted a video about an hour ago. I just saw he even said Kelly Monaco mom thought about her daughter being fired, so it's about budget cuts, but he said all allegedly though. Yeah, Danny says, I kind of like your idea of Kelly Monaco going to Born Beautiful. I think she would be perfect if they can give her a good storyline. Yeah, that's the thing. If they can give her a good storyline. Now, Mel says, I love that they showed that it showed all of the flashbacks of Luna being the killer by blanking Hollis and Thomas, which, see, that's a, yes, and that's the thing. Up until a point, what's good, Lisa? Up until a point, up until a point, because how she changed that DNA test, that DNA results did not make any sense. It literally made no sense. Yeah, I mean that's great, but like I said, it's just one of those things where it didn't make any sense. So I don't know exactly. I mean, I don't know what you actually liked about that part because that was the part that literally made no sense. Lee was sitting there watching that test, doing that test like a damn hawk. So there was no way, no opportunity for her to sit there and switch the results. Plus, you had other people in the background sitting there watching her do the test. You had Bill, and I think Katie was there. Somebody was there. Some other people were there when she did that test, and it did not make any sense. So Island says the writers in B&B is intentionally bad, is hilariously bad. I'm not going to waste my time and watch foolishness. I get it, Island. I do. You got to sit there and pick the shows that you want to watch. Um, just as it makes no sense. If anything, they should have made Luna do the test, but maybe it would have been too obvious. Yeah, it just like I said, they try, I knew they were gonna do that. I knew they were gonna sit there and try to kill her off. Just as they killed off Luke, I don't know why Sam would be off limits. Yeah, they haven't written good for Sam in a hot minute. That's the thing. My intuition was correct that about the hint I gave about Martin and the picture with Mark and Aaron. Yeah, yeah, it was correct. Deshantis is Robert. What did Alexis tell Rick about? What did Alexis tell Rick about acid? What? I don't get it. Island says Sam has been born for 2 years now. Yeah. And I get that not every character is going to have front burner storylines. Some people could sit there and just be supporting roles. But like when I started watching the show, she wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like she was kind of a badass, and they went from that to whatever the hell we're getting now, which is practically nothing. Johnson says Sam had better storylines when she was with Jason. Yeah, and just like I think somebody said like they shouldn't just have sat there and um made her story tie so much into Jason. Just be better writers. Lisa says maybe Toucan copy days turned Sam into Lulu with blonde hair. Well, it's not so much about being blind. It was just more like he felt that Finn was. What I didn't like was the fact that he said that Finn was being chaotic. He was giving chaos in Steffi's life when Liam has done nothing but give chaos to her and Hope for years. Just as Sam was her best when she was with Jason, I was a huge J Sam fan. She was my girl. Yeah, because they knew how to actually write for her. Freddie says, I missed the 90s, early 2000s GA soap operas. I mean, in this new era is horrible. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I mean, I do way more complaining now than I did back then. So, I get it. Ron says, I feel like Connie should never tell Gabby anything ever again. It's like she threw her under the bus. I feel like Connie should never tell Gabby anything ever again. It's like she threw her under the bus regarding Ava and Stefan. Yeah, it's just like I said. He sat there and said, "Well, so far you've done nothing but bring chaos into Steffi's life." I was like, "That's what you were doing for years. When you ping pong between Hope and Steffi and Hope and Steffi for years, for years." But you have the audacity to sit there and start trying to give him the riot act. Get the F up out of here. So yeah, it's just like yeah, they're getting a lot of people out and getting people in. You got Holly coming back. They have Holly coming back. They have Lucky coming back. Jason already came back. Yeah, I mean, if they retcon that shit, John, I mean, they already retconned the DNA test, which did not make any sense. But if they retcon that whole Zende and Luna thing, and that's the thing, we were talking about this yesterday, and Keisha was like, "Why didn't he just, you know, Ram has the one arm?" Double says I feel sorry for Scout that she never had Drew as an only parent when Sam dies. That's very good point. Very good point. He did dodge a bullet. Yes, Jonathan. Now Alyssa says I don't feel bad for Billy for being lied on, only feel bad for Sally. Or you don't feel bad for Billy. And someone from the chat asked, but he did not. Yeah, of course he didn't answer them, Danny. Yeah, I mean they have history, and it's not good. So yeah, he's not gonna obviously answer that. Oh, okay. Listen, thank you, Freddie. Yes, I got to hit the like button too. Yes, 27 likes. Damn. Okay, that's good. We got 45 people in the chat, so definitely. Yeah, I mean now we got 31, so we're moving up along. We're moving along. Justin says, "Do you remember the character Love from the show?" You, yes, I do. What about her? I love that character. What about her? Yes, exactly. She was that. Yes, yes, she was that ride or die chick, and yet somehow Joe managed to fuck that up, which still annoys me to this day. What's good, Shakira? Mel says my intuition is that Eric is coming back to be there for Brady. That he thinks I thought he would come back for the funeral, but I mean that's cool too. I guess. Johnson says Lunacar reminds me of that character when she revealed her plan. Hmm. Yes, I don't know. She just kind of stormed out. So she didn't say yes or no. Like Pinkney says, however, RJ was Luna, useful idiot, I think, but do you think someone else is helping her? I hope it's Justin. I really do hope it's Justin. I really do. Because if not, then they just bring him in just to bring him in. And Ron says, Albert, do you agree with Gabby for throwing? Well, she didn't throw her under the bus. She used her as a reference. Why do you keep Cynthia saying that she's throwing her under the bus? Because when they asked, she said, "Oh, my assistant." That's not throwing her under the bus. That's not just saying, "No, somebody actually heard you say it." Now, okay, Ron, maybe she could have probably left her name out of it. But the point was that she wanted to use her as a reference. So that's not necessarily throwing her under the bus. It's just saying that a real person heard you. So I'm not making this shit up. Does that make sense, Ron? Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly. I'm not, to be fair, Alyssa, I did call him a scumbag, so I guess calling him that is not that bad, I guess. Of course, it is something that usually some women will sit there and call men, but I do think he is a scumbag. I do think he's a scumbag, Alyssa, for straight up lying to her face. And the fact that Chelsea had more balls than him to sit there and say something. Gorgeous Queen Janet, hey everyone, Luna wonder how long she will be in jail. Yeah, she going to jail for a hot minute. Because, she feels like she's super entitled. She deserved a good life. And that deadbeat, washed up rock star was not going to give it to her. And, what you call Happy Night Lashanta. Um, Poppy was all about those Mets and everything. Lisa says, in this case, Lucky should not be a match based on his history, but I understand why the writers are doing it. Yeah. Francis says Luna is a killer, but at least she's not as bananas. Yeah, she's not as annoying. She's not as annoying. I think that's the problem with Connie. Connie just comes across as an annoying ass woman. Um, Freddie says, I have a question when the gays premiere in 2025. Do you think it will have better ratings than GH and all the other? I think it will start off. I think it will start off, but I think it will even out. But I think it will start off. I mean, it makes more sense, Freddie. It's a new soap opera, so like, why wouldn't people flock to it really fast? I mean, yeah, and I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not going to read that out loud. Who was good, Amber? I mean, yeah, she could have kept her name out of it, but the point is she wanted to use it as a reference. So for me, I don't feel that she threw her under the bus. But that's just my opinion. Um, Alyssa Brady is getting set up by Fiona. Yes, I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, obviously, I don't want Brady to go to jail for a crime he didn't commit, but I feel like she's the least annoying villain. Like Connie is just annoying. Like her personality is fucking great. Well, Fiona, she just has that lovely British accent. It's just like, oh yeah, Jenny was talking about that earlier. Almost seemed like it got a little heated. I had to sit there and have my spider sense on high alert for a hot minute. Um, but yeah, Jenny, we were talking about it earlier. There are people okay with it. There's people that's not okay with it. It's very mixed. Um, I felt like the writing hasn't been good for her in a hot minute. I like the character, but they could have did more for her. Johnson says Kevin Monaco can end up getting a role on the gays. I think she'd be better on B&B, honestly. Like Kelly still look good. Okay, Kelly. Let's be real for a hot minute. Kelly still look good. Oh yeah, Janet, they're slashing that budget big time. they slashing that shit left and right. Um, they are Janet. Arlen says that would be interesting if her accomplice is just an unfortunate in B. I doubt they would write that. The writers write like Tommy. Oh, that's the name I have. Tommy Rusat. What's up? Wasai? I cannot pronounce his name, but yes. Krista says, what if Heather is a match and Portia messed with her sample? I forgot she was still holding that goddamn sample. What is she gonna do with it though? What is she gonna actually do with it? That's the question. So, Mel says my intuition is that there has been hints of a picture of Marcy as Abigail. See, that would be dope. I wish we wouldn't start off every sentence with my intuition, but that would be dope if she actually did come back. That would be that would be interesting if she does come back. I think that her plan was really stupid. She didn't want to commit full time, but your character is married and just got back together with Chad. So I don't understand what universe that she thought that she could still sit there and kind of split her time between days and whatever she was doing outside of that. When the characters was broken up and separated, cool, fine. That made sense that, they didn't see each other that often. But they demanded her to come back because she was literally essential to the storyline. So she's like, oh, I can't do it. Okay, fine. I felt like right then and there they should have just sat there and just kind of replaced it. Because now this storyline is just coming across as so daffy. Like it's coming across as so stupid. So they let this man grieve for a year, got in a relationship that we knew was not going to last. And then finally it was like, oh, I think we need to sit there and get some money for him because let's be honest. Whoever they would have got next to sit there and try to be his romantic love interest would not have worked out. So he finally decided to sit there and get somebody who's Abby, but she's not really Abby. Like, what are they doing? Oh yeah, yeah, Amber, you're talking about Lindsay Hartman. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Lindsay Hartland, I think that's the name. She seems like she's a chill person, but she's been in some really shitty ass. The cheating and the fight. What? Now, Pink Black Me says, I don't feel sorry for Lily. That's the payback for what he did to Lily, the cheating and the fire. I mean, when he fired, I mean, when he sat there and he fired, it's funny too, because Alyssa said the same thing. But let's be honest, I'm cool with the whole firing. I'm cool with the whole firing part because I'm sitting there looking at that and I'm like, um, I mean, Lily fired Heather and Daniel, and that was very unprofessional. She went off with her emotions. So I feel like that firing is karma. Lisa says Jason will have to think of his kids now. He can't be selfish. He can work for Sunny if Sam is no longer, or he can't work for Sunny if Sam's no longer. Yeah, okay. Ron, then she's gonna sit there and save Steffi, and Steffi should sit there and thank her. But Steffi's selfish ass wouldn't sit there and do something like that. Now, Freddie says, I bet a lot of people would rather if Gio goes instead of Sam. Gio's not doing enough, or he's doing keep playing the violin. Now, if Gio left, I think a lot of people would. Well, yeah, obviously, Freddie, yes. Yes, obviously, Gio, they're not giving Gio much to do, and that's on the writers. And you know what? Let's just be real. Let's just keep it real, okay? Since we're gonna sit there and keep talking about this, let's just be real. I sat there and I said in my review or in my video I don't think that I don't think that Jill should be let go because of bad writing. I don't think that Sam should be let go because of bad writing. But, and this is my personal take on it, Sam has ran her course. I loved her when she was with Jason. She was that ride and die Letty chick, but they didn't know what to do for her. Right? And okay, you know what? If you want to sit there and appease the fans or whatever, fine. Let the chick leave for a little bit. Let her leave for a little bit because it seems like when she comes in, she phones in her performances. Um, and then bring her back if they want to do that. But I mean, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. That's just me personally. Um, Shakira says about to watch Wino and Days. Wino is actually really good. Days is okay, but Wino was actually really good, Shakira. Black Pink Me says, okay, I guess Lily does deserve the firing. Yeah, that's my. I mean, yeah, Black. I don't know about the whole cheating thing, so I can't sit there and attest to that. But like, I didn't like it. You know, that Black Pink Me for just a number of different reasons. My whole thing is, if the roles were reversed, women would have got upset. They would have sat there and be like, okay, well, that's like a form of sexual misconduct. You're gonna sit there and fire her because she won't sit there and be with you anymore. That's retaliation. That's literally against the law. Janice says, I agree. Kelly has not shown up for a few years. Bring on boring on scenes, in my opinion. Yeah. Island says Spencer, Josh, and Cam and Trina had decent storylines. This group of young characters have been given lackluster writing. Lisa says Luna did not act high. What happened was Zandy was not playing. Yeah, see, and that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're waiting for to sit there and see that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do. Um, it's a preference, right? But screw it. We'll use Geo for an example. Geo has been lackluster. See, my thing would be just to let them both go. But I get what you're saying. Ron says, I would why doesn't Sheila never call the police on anyone for example if Steffi assaulted her? She should have pressed charges against her for assault. She just let it go. It's a good question. You asked me that last time, and I couldn't disagree with you. Well, the thing is, Jonathan Brady only turned himself in because he knew he was going to be arrested. Um, he knew he was going to get arrested. Respect your opinion, Alyssa. I respect your opinion, Alyssa. Um, yeah, I agree to disagree. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. They let her go, and Johnson says uncle goes after nephews on days. I, every word you said, I felt the same way. I like the earlier days of Sam when she was with Jason. Also, she was the yeah, exactly. She was the ride or die. She was the Letty of she was the Letty to Jason's Dom. And then after that, they didn't, like I said, they didn't know what to do with her since Patrick. Good luck. Maybe I'm being a little facetious, but good luck. I mean, they can do it, then do it. Write better stories for her. Give us a reason to actually start caring like we used to, and you know. But I don't even know how I feel about that, to be honest. I really don't. Part of me just kind of just sitting there looking at that and being like, on one end, I'm like, maybe y'all taking this soap thing a little bit too seriously. But then I also sit there and look at it this way. My favorite shows got canceled, like Lucifer, and the fans was able to bring it back on Netflix twice, not just once, but twice. I really love that show. So, in a sense, I'm actually glad that they did that. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Alyssa, James said the same thing. What you didn't like? Why'd you start watching after season four, Island? Oh, maybe it'll work. We'll see. Lisa says, yes, Luna is the killer, but that doesn't mean Zendy was part of her plan. There was nothing to gain from it except losing RJ. She did not fake her symptoms, accidentally took Poppy's pills. Well, we don't even know that, Lisa. They just, here's the thing. We don't even know that, Lisa. Because they sat there and they retcon a whole scene that does not make any damn sense. So they can easily do that. Johnson says, There is there is what a new show on CW I think I was actually looking forward to watching, but they pulled it. What? Yeah, no, I love that show. I love that show. I mean, yeah, Jerry, yeah, Fire and Terminator, yeah, they both mean the same thing. But and that's the thing, they picked it up because of the fans. Because the fans sat there and they wrote letters and they did all sorts of stuff to sit there and get that show back on. So it's possible. I mean, my whole thing was like I have no skin in the game when it comes to a Sam. They pull it off great. If they don't, okay, whatever. Um, her writing hasn't been good, so it's not like I'm gonna sit there and lose any sleep over it. Island says it got kind of too low, lovey-dovey. Lose it. Lucifer is the second most powerful being in the DC universe. I couldn't take it seriously anymore. I tried watching it season five, but I quit 2 episodes in. I'm surprised that that was the part that turned you off the island. I mean, don't get me wrong, but for people who read the comics, it's like when you think about an island, the premise is goofy as fuck. So Lucifer got bored, and he just decided to um was good to happen. He just decided to go to Earth and solve crimes because he got so bored with hell that he felt like it was good to sit there and do a cop drama. Like it's fucking stupid, but his character is so charismatic that it just works. The thing about Lucifer is that You're either going to love him or you're going to be annoyed as hell about him. I mean, yeah, Freddie, and that could be said for a lot of the actors. Freddie, that could have been the same thing said for Michael Easton. That could have been the same thing said for the actor that played um, Blaze. You know, that could have been the same thing. Yes, that rule applies to all of them. Johnson says the library spinoff was originally going to be aired at the Super. Oh, I did hear about that, Jonathan. I did. Um, yeah, you're right. You're right. I saw that in one of my news feeds. But like I said, I love the show. Um, yep, Lord B, the one that was on TNT. Says my favorite Netflix show is Daredevil. Had great writing from start to finish. I didn't watch Lucifer consistently, to be honest. I barely watched season three. The best was season four. Hmm. Maybe I don't. I wouldn't sit there and say I have OCD either, but I think my whole thing is like I can't skip episodes. Like it's weird. Like my dad does that. He'll skip episodes. He'll skip seasons. Like I can't do that. Yeah, it's just weird. But like with Supernatural, I started watching the season five, but when I got Netflix, I went back and rewatched all the first season. Um, some shows you can kind of jump into, but I don't generally recommend it. Supernatural is one of those shows I could do, but I appreciate it so much more when I went back and I rewatched all the other ones. Oh, okay, cool. Happy. Well, it's next Monday. Okay, Justin. Have a good night, Shakira. And thank you, Freddie. Yes, make sure you hit that goddamn like button because it does actually help. Got the game back on. Yep, exactly. Yeah, so yes, exactly. So it's possible that they could sit there and get Kelly Monaco back on the show. They did the same. Yes, they did the same. Yeah, and you just really yeah, they did the same thing with Becky, so they can do it. And whatever happens, happens. Lisa says Alamus has the idea after losing his brother. That's one example. He is Lisa. I keep saying that he's the twin. I'm going to keep saying that he's a goddamn twin. Um, because he's just being a little kind of extra and very needy, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I skip episodes if they're not great, or a season. True Detective was also great from start to finish. This one, okay. I mean, like I said, Island. I don't knock it. I mean, I don't. Like I said, my dad does that. I can't do that. I guess I'm kind of a completionist. Like I need to sit there and watch every single episode, but to each his own how they watch TV. God damn, Ron, you literally just sat there and just asked me a question. And okay, I'm going to answer this one. Ron says if Sheila follows Luna and sees Steffi locked up, she's going to be like, "You itch, you belong there." I'm not. That's what she should do. That's what she should do, Ron. That's what she should. They're not going to do that, but that's what she should do. Sean says, Albert, the love boat coming back. Oh, yes. That's actually kind of funny, John. Part of me wants to watch that show, but I don't think it's the love boat though. It's is it more of a spin-off? Is it more of a spin-off from Grey's Anatomy? I get it, Eileen. No, I got it right here. I just didn't get a chance to really eat it. I've been just talking, and I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. I'm like wondering who should I sit there and pour another drink. That's what I'm thinking about. Johnson says, "Will Steffi get out before the building gets?" Of course, of course, Jonathan. They're not gonna kill off that character. And maybe I was more young and naive. I would have sat there and started believing that, but like Alyssa said, there's gonna be 6 episodes left. To Sam, wow. Wait, Ed said, "See, that's just. I mean, to each his own, but Ed says I started watching Supernatural with the second half of season 3 and rewatched it when season 4 to catch up. Last season I couldn't watch was season 11 and couldn't finish. See, that's like and it's funny too because my friend he didn't finish watching Agents of Shield, and I didn't want to sit there and get too heavy-handed on him. He told me his reason why it made no fucking sense to me, and I just sat there and I was like, "What do you mean you didn't finish watching it? How do you start something How do you start something and you didn't finish it?" Yes, Jonathan. Um. Oh, what the hell? Yes. Sean says it's on a boat. It's on a boat opera with adventures and mishaps. No fun. Yeah, that's what I was like. I kind of want to watch it, but I'm also just like, I don't know if I can sit there and have it on my plate. Like, I really do kind of want to watch it though. But yeah, I don't know. I I don't know. Like I said, to each his own. Yeah, they did exchange little comments or whatever. Like Carly could sit there and be like, "Yeah, you were kind of out of pocket." Rick was there to sit there and bury an infant. Um, Rick was there to sit there and bury an infant. And yeah, the panic room was actually really bad while she was pregnant and everything like that. But part of me did kind of feel like Carly was a little kind of out of pocket, if we're going to be honest. Oh yeah, no, no, no. I finished the whole series. Yes, I finished the whole series. Um, I wasn't super happy with the finale. But to be fair, Ed, I don't think there's one CW show that has actually given me a finale that I can be like, I was super happy with. Listen, what I don't like about Luna, Poppy, Tom, and Hollis' storyline is that it shouldn't have been Steffi in a cage because she isn't strongly connected to the storyline. But it does make for a great cover, though, right, Alyssa? Remember, she said she wants to sit there and take some time away from Finn. So because she wants to take some time away from Finn, you're not going to bother to sit there and look for it right away. Hmm. That's yes, yes, Jonathan. That's what I had to sit there and talk to you about. That's what I had to talk to you about. And I think you already know this, that Justin Hartley was supposed to be getting a role as Aquaman, but I actually watched the intro towards like the pilot of the show. I don't know if you saw it, but it's really early 2000s, like very late 90s, early 2000s. No, exactly. Yes, exactly right. As I said, that would be a good twist if she was like, "Yes, you're in the cage. I'm not gonna do anything." It was Island when I was a kid, but I have a different perspective being an adult now, and I don't know if it's because I'm an adult or because I do reviews and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. It's hard to really look at that show with just the rose-colored glasses that I did. Let's say, yes, the going away plot was okay, but it didn't make sense for Stephanie to be involved in the storyline like that. Happy night, Laura Bing. I get it. Like, okay, so I guess they could have used Katie, but if they did use Katie, then it would have been too obvious. I don't know. I don't hate it. So Justice, yes, yes, I remember the Justin Hartley pilot. It was developed for the first year of the CW. Yeah, and you know, Jonathan, it had Lou. What's his name? Lou Phyllis. Lou Diamond Phillip. Um, Vince Rain. Like they actually had the intro like for the pilot. I don't know if you saw it, but if you get a chance, check it out though. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Freddie. If you watched it back then, yeah, you're gonna remember it. Um, but you know, my point is that she sat there and threw it in his face, and it's like he's there to bury an infant. Oh, you saw the umpire. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, okay, okay, I got you. I get it. I get it. I mean, like I said, I don't hate it, but I can see what you're saying. Yes, of course, Island. Yeah, and that's see, I will sit there and say this much, Island. Um, people always sit there and talk about the Arrowverse, right? Like the Arrowverse this and the Arrowverse that, and Steve Amell started this and Steve Amell started that, but it was Smallville. Now, Steve did sit there and Stephen. Stephen did get that trend going. Okay, as much as I love Smallville, he did get that trend going. But his show is only popular because of Smallville. And I think a lot of people tend to forget about that. Johnson says when Aquaman didn't get picked up for Smallville. But see, okay, okay, my pet peeve about that is that they already had a guy to be Aquaman. Alan, whatever his name was, like when they didn't shoot that pilot, they decided to use him for Green Arrow. So I understood that. But they had somebody for Aquaman. He was actually a good Aquaman, and it almost felt a little insulting and just not really making a lot of sense. Let's say, yeah, especially well because he wasn't feeling Luna. Ooh, okay, okay, I like that. I like that. Richardson. Okay, thank you. ask you something, Melissa. Though, when you did your interview, was you nervous? You didn't look nervous, by the way. I'm just wondering, was you nervous though? If you was, you played it off well. I couldn't tell. Colin says, I think that they perfectly perfected superhero genre after Small. They did. They did. But, like I said, Smallville did pave the way, though. I mean, like you said, he did. Probably because Aquaman was not meant to be a spin-off of Smallville. I guess, but it would have been it just would have been stupid. Though. I think that's you did. Listen, you did an amazing job. You did an amazing job. I actually sat there and I listened to the whole thing. It was good. It was good. And he says, "Hey, the actress who played Luna plays a villain well." Yeah, yeah, she does. And Alan boosted the ratings when he appeared, and it was stupid. Yeah, exactly, Ed. Yes. Even if it wasn't going to be a spinoff, which it wouldn't have made no sense why it wouldn't be a spinoff, why not use him? See, that's what I'm saying. And like even back in the day, even with a show like Smallville, the CW still managed to find ways to make really stupid ass dying decisions. Harrison says, you're going to bring? Do you think they're going to bring the Spencer character back? Eventually, eventually. Um, and at the same time, I don't know if they will. Here's the thing. Maybe Jonathan, maybe. In the same sense, though, why did? God damn it. In the same sense, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be so nervous that they won't do it. Because with Spencer and Trina, with the actor that plays Spencer, it was lightning in a bottle. And I don't know. Have a good night, Freddie. Thank you for joining. I don't know if they could replicate that. And I don't know if it's worth losing ratings or losing fans um, trying to replicate that. I don't think they would do that. Like unless they can somehow get back the original Spencer. I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth it. And he says, "Yeah, I agree. She's good already. I'm scared of her." Well, I wouldn't sit there and say it was smart at all. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and say it was lucky. I would sit there and say it was smart. I'm going to be honest, Ed. I never truly bought him as Green Arrow. I didn't even. I didn't hate the character. I didn't really care for the character either, though. I don't know. I there's something I do know about Ed when it comes to his Justin Hartley. For the most part, he will always play Justin Hartley. No matter what show he's on, no matter if he's on Arrow, no matter if he's on This Is Us, he always seems to play the same character. Ron says Sheila knowing about Steffi whereabouts doesn't mean aiding and abetting. Well, yeah, obviously, but the town is going to sit there and just like Ridge is just still stuck on stupid. Yeah, I think Sheila did it. She's an animal. I just think that I just think that she did it. Him just sound like an absolute idiot, just like Stephanie. Justin says I heard Robbie Downey Jr. version of Doctor Doom won't be Tony Stark as Doctor Doom, but Victor. Yeah, and that's the thing though, Jonathan. It's just stupid. I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan. I feel like they caved to peer pressure from the fans, and I don't know. I'm not. My look on the Marvel fans it's just not the best. They come across as very entitled. They act like everything is supposed to be perfect, and they whine and complain when everything is like. If there's a hint of something being gay, they sit there and say that it's bold. So it's like they're never happy and they're never appeased with anything. And it says crazy thing was the lead for Arrow was when the vampire died. Yes, I remember that. Yes, he played a werewolf, and I remember that specifically. Stephen Amell. Well, I'll tell you this much, Sean. I will sit there and say this much. If it happens, then it happens, and then people won't have to sit there and really complain and bash GH anymore because they don't have anything to bash. Oh, damn. That was scary spot on, Jonathan. Did you look at Wikipedia or you just knew off that? That was good. I was thinking about that show today, Jonathan. Oh, that's what I was doing. That's a hell of a good memory, Jonathan. Hell of a good memory. Let's say Luna probably acted alone. Maybe I'm wrong, and she has the accomplice. My money is on Jack or Justin. I hope it's Justin. I do. I really do. Oh, okay, there it is. But like I said, because they'll bring these people in. But Ron, why does it matter if Steffi's supposedly gonna die? Why am I gonna sit there and bother to show my face if I know that my enemy is gonna die anyway? That just seems dumb. Um, but that's the thing, though, Alyssa, is that they have ways of bringing in characters that doesn't really go anywhere. Xander, they had that other chick with the accent that I can't remember her name. She came in to lust over Leon, and it didn't go anywhere. So and I can't remember her name. What was her name? Who's the chick that came in? No, Ron. I want Justin to actually have a purpose. As other was good for hiring actors that appeared on other shows. That yeah, they did that often. Yeah, they did that often. I mean, the thing, Ed, when you watch a lot of them, you notice actors from other shows. I'll say that. Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she came on the show. Oh, Ivy, thank you. Why was it not Natasha Let's everyone say what's up to Natasha. Yes, Ivan. They bring her, and thank you, Ron. They bring her in for no reason, no reason whatsoever. Did absolutely nothing, and they just bring her in. Xander came back, and for what? Oh, I think that Thomas was the one that killed Emma. Okay, do you have any proof? No, but I have a bunch of circumstantial evidence. So you don't have any proof. Awesome. So yeah, which by the way, I don't even understand how EJ was able to sit there and arrest EJ arrested Brady with no actual proof. Now, when everything gets said and done, and they find out it's Fiona, he's gonna have egg on his face again, just like he did with Gabby. He sat there and threw Gabby in jail for months, close to a year, and you tried and convicted an innocent woman, and now you're doing the exact same thing. It seems like your record's not going to be any better than Melinda's. Yes, welcome, Natasha. And Alyssa says, yeah, I remember Xander who mentioned about Thomas killing someone. Yeah, it was Emma. And he had no actual proof. He came to town to go after Thomas with nothing. Yeah, that's true. But, again, it's going to be one of those things that he's going to have egg on his face when he realizes he's wrong. Also, I was just saying earlier in the chat when Xander grabbed Jada's arm, and Jada was like, I'm not telling you who the suspect is. And she pretty much was like, I don't have time for this. She walked away, and Xander grabbed her arm. I'm like, yo, are you serious? Really? That's interesting. I actually no, Ron. I've never actually said that. I never sat there and said I'm glad about Luna and Dollar getting closer. That's not what I said. I know exactly the words I sit there and say. Oh yeah, no, definitely, definitely. I sat there. I was like, bro, I get that you're upset with the whole thing with your wife, but I was like, bro, if you don't want to sit there and go to jail, I suggest you sit there and let you got. I suggest you sit there and take your goddamn hand off her. Holly Smith. Again, I'm so glad that the stuff with Holly and Tate came out. So this way, Sophia doesn't have anything to blackmail them with. Because I personally just been done with Sophia for a hot minute. So I'm glad about that. Oh yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I read that. That's what I said. I didn't know. That's interesting. He was probably so young that if I probably wouldn't have even caught it. I probably wouldn't have caught it. And some people I have caught, like the Stephen Amell one. I caught that one, but I think that's just because it wasn't really that long ago that when Arrow came on. Yeah, like either way, Alyssa, I'm just glad. So this way, I just I don't give a shit about Sophia. Like I really don't. And I get that she's playing the mean girl. She's trying to make the characters interesting, but it's like I don't even care that much about Holly and Tate. Tate, it's like I'm not saying that he has to be a macho man or anything like that, but god damn, just Johnson says AJ will probably lose his job around the time Bell returns to Salem, and Paulina may give her job. If she comes back full time, if the actress can come back full time, then yeah. I know you've been sitting up there saying that for a while. So if the actress comes back full time, then yeah, sure. Because he's gonna have this thing. EJ's gonna have some losses under his belt. Um, on top of the scandals that he's been having, yeah. As says, I mean, he was one of the original hunters of that house back in season 4 when they were looking for the cure. It doesn't, but at least I can know where to look for it. Though. 'Cause you gotta remember that it was a long time ago that the Vampire Diaries actually came out. Like I think it stopped in like what 2011, right? Was it 2011 or 2012 or something like that? And then they had the originals come out. But I can look it up though. Oh yeah, no, definitely was. I agree with that. His ass deserves to be fired. Ron says, I know Brad Bell hope that he doesn't throw this in the character was making him part of Luna's accomplice. Oh, maybe. It was a long. I feel like it was so long ago though. Good show though. I don't know what the hell they got on now. Well, okay. Now Johnson says the Vampire Diaries season 4 was during 2012, 2013. I wonder when it ended. Oh, 2017. You're right. You're absolutely right because I think the original started sometime around that point. It was. It was Island Breeze. It was. I still got love for the Vampire Diaries stuff. But yes, the originals was better. And then Legacies happened, and but season 4 of Legacies was actually good though. Have a nice Sean. Season 4 of Legacies was really good. Um, and they should have started off that way instead of whatever the hell they were doing. Johnson says Team Wolf is even better. What Team Wolf is better than what though? Which one? Teen Wolf was better than the Vampire Diaries, the originals. Yeah, yeah. Trey Erskine says it usually takes me about 3 episodes and a few to check. Yes, I think about the same thing with me, Terry Erskine. At least the first 2 episodes. If the first 2 episodes don't, oof, yeah. I don't know about that, but we gonna have to agree to disagree. The only thing I will sit there and say, Jonathan, is that the ending for Team Wolf was better than the ending for the Vampire Diaries. But as a whole show, I wouldn't go that wouldn't go that far. The ending was better. I will sit there and give them that because when they brung out what was his name, Cade the Devil or some shit like that, I was like, all right, like now we just getting stupid. Like in all fairness, Jonathan, I felt like when they brought in the heretics, yeah, when they brought in the heretics, that would have been a good ending. You can agree to disagree on that island. For me, I think it was just more of the characters that were uh, Rebecca, Klaus, Marcellus, which some people really loved and some people really hated. I think it was just more the personalities and the action. How do you feel about Kanye being Gabby? I'm feeling like I can't wait for Kanye's storyline to end. That's how I feel. I feel like I can't wait for her storyline to end because she's annoying and I don't like her. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Jonathan, don't get me wrong. I was a ride or die Team Wolf fan. Exactly, like I was a ride or die Team Wolf fan. Like so much so, Jonathan, that I would sit there and watch like the after shows and stuff. Um, well, I mean, of course, Alan, because the originals was adults and the Vampire Diaries, they were still in high school. So yes, yeah, exactly. Yes, Ed, and I agree with that 100%. But yeah, I I tried to get my ex girlfriend at one point to try to watch the Vampire Diaries, but she couldn't deal with the whole teen shit. So it's like we watched the original. Okay, now Cherry Ice Cream says I really like This Is Us. I found myself crying in every episode, so I had to stop watching. It's um, it's taxing. It's emotionally taxing. Funny Cherry Ice Cream. I have three more episodes to watch before I finish the whole series. But I get it though. I'll say this much, Cherry Ice Cream. If you have not actually shed any tears between seasons one and seasons three on all those episodes, like if you didn't cry once, you're a goddamn sociopath. You are a goddamn sociopath. If you sat there and watched This Is Us and you never cried through season one through season three, you're a sociopath, and I think you belong in jail. Exact same, Alyssa. Justin says, "Who would have thought it? I wouldn't have. I really wouldn't have, Jonathan. But he killed it. I would have never saw that shit coming in years. Ron, I thought it was crazy. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was crazy. But I'll tell you this much, though, Jonathan. I like surprises like that. I like a surprise when I don't think that an actor is good for a part, and then they shock me. I still gotta. And like I said, it's good. It's just it's it can be very emotional. It can be very emotional. Um, because it will sit there and bring up something. And if you're not ready to handle what they're going to bring up, I don't know if you actually want to sit there and watch it. That's why I'll sit there and say it. Alan says I can't finish watching this. It made me sad. I start watching after a while. Great family. It's a family great show, though. Jack was a great Yeah. Oh, he was the best TV dad. But no, and like I said, Island. This is why I said to Ed. I was like, if there's stuff that if he doesn't want to deal with, is going to bring that up. Um, and it could just, like I said, it could just be very emotional. If that's not the type of stuff that he is comfortable with, then yeah, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, as long as it gets them under Sophia's thumb, I really don't care. But like I said today, though, have a good night, Krista. What kind of changes are you gonna make to your channel, Danny? I saw one of your videos. You got some good numbers. Yes. No, the Young and Restless was actually good today. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Lucy, god damn, that woman's annoying. And I'll talk about this more tomorrow as well. But Lucy, like at first, I felt bad for Lucy. Having I to listen, it was really great to see you. Hope I get to see you this week. And like I said, I'll bring this up more tomorrow too. But I felt bad for her, and I felt like Faith was like, okay, I get it or whatever, but I'm like, well, you're not really that special. But Lucy just turned into a complete and utter pain in the ass. Um, and the fact that they were both in a car and she was responsible for getting them into an accident, her dumbass should have been home after Faith came and saw her and she called her. I'm like, what do you like? You're just annoying. Like Lucy has been annoying from jump. It's like now she's gotten worse. Okay. Well, I look forward to it then, Danny. I look forward to it. But shit, it's getting kind of late. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I do want to thank everyone for watching, tuning in, joining, and being understanding that I can't sit there and get to everyone's comment. I think that's also something that well, I should keep stressing. Yes, that's true. She is Sharon Carter's granddaughter that Sheila never talks about because she's too goddamn busy being obsessed with Ben. Have a good night, Island. Have a good night, Ed. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Danny. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night to the new people. I should start writing y'all names so y'all come in. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. But hitting the like button definitely does work because we got some new people in there. Have a good night, Annie. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Have a good night, Denise. Oh, there we go. And one new people, yes. Love your show. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. Hope I get to sit there and see you again. Every night I come on at 8 o'clock. So Johnson says, join us next time for another soap edition. Join us next time for another edition of Soap Chat with Albert Boston. Yes. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, and Johnson says, good night. Hit that goddamn like button because it really does help. Ron says, have a great night, everyone. Shirley is pregnant with. Okay. Yeah, she's pregnant in Ron's fan fiction. If I did not sit there and say goodnight to you, you know exactly who you are. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the next stream. Laters.